Good morning everyone. So I'm still in California. Decided I'm going to do another litter pick and I'm heading down to that bridge in the distance, which is 1.25 miles away. Gonna litter pick the canal. George ran along here the other day and said it's probably worth a litter pick, Dad. I said okay mate, I'll have a stroll down there. So he's gone for a run at the moment. He's gone for a 10-mile run. So he's going to meet me right down at the other end towards the Pacific Coast Highway. And yeah, so I've got a little bit of time on my side to do this. So anyway, welcome along. Another video in California then. So we're going to get what we can. I spoke to the city and they've said just leave the bags and they will come and pick them up at some point. So I said, okay, that's great. Wonderful. So I'm just going to leave the bags as I go. And Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt and all that sort of thing. So without any further ado, let's get to work. Right guys, I got this little bit of no man's land just to clean before I sort of head onto the canal properly. I hate this stick with a passion. I told George about it the other day. But this stick you bought me is just crazy. I said you need to be flipping Arnold Schwarzenegger to use it. It's way too long. This is just a pile of crap here. I don't think I'll bother with too much of this. I'll tell you what I'll do guys, just bear with me a minute. I'll throw it all out and come back to you. Right guys, I've just dug that out real quick. This bag's full. I've had to walk about half a mile getting here, so I've actually filled this bag, which I'm just going to leave down on the canal as agreed with the city of Huntington Beach. So yeah, so the trick is now, see if I can get that little bit out. The trick is now just to start walking along the canal and picking up this bits and bobs. So I'm going to leave this first bag here and hopefully they'll pick it up. There you go guys, bag one. Let's get going. So yes, I'm going to walk down guys, as I said in my introduction, to the distance down there. And it's not like canals in the UK, let's put it that way. If I was up in flipping Hayes or somewhere along there, I would have probably already picked up 3 or 4 bags walking this far. There's a little bit of crap though. Just mind my footing on these rocks. The last thing I want to do is fall over and bang my head on one of them. That would hurted, as Lauren would say when she was a little girl. That would have hurted. This stick is absolutely horrible. Hate it with a passion. Right, there we go. That's better. Oh, that's part of a tree thing. So, welcome to California, guys. For those who haven't been here, it's quite a dull day. I've got my sunglasses on, but it is quite a dull day. Again, it's about 10:30 in the morning. Three days since I've done my last litter pick here. Oh, that hurted. Let's get that out as well. There you go, guys. Little winning battle. Morning. It's quite active down here, to be honest. It's a nice little run. Would have been nice to have run down here years ago. Just didn't know about these places. When I came over to California, I'd go to other places. So, no traffic lights. Nice place to run, I suppose. No Barry Shoemakers. Well, not yet anyway. Saw a few Barry Schumachers out on the road actually yesterday. Went to golf with little baby George. We played 9 holes of golf. It was only really a glorified pitch and putt. Most of them were par 3s of about 160 yards, and there was only 2 par 4s, and they weren't long. You could easily reach them in 2 just with a couple of irons. I think I hit a 5 iron and like a 9 iron onto the green. I didn't play too bad actually, considering I've not been to golf for a while. I shot 2 over par in the end. It wasn't bad. I mean, it wasn't a real testing course, but overall I take it. It was a bit of fun. We had a bit of fun, me and little George. And then tonight we're going up in his aircraft. We've not been able to fly yet. We was meant to go the other day, but the weather's been a little bit crappy, should we say, for California standards, and we've not been able to go. Oh, what I wouldn't give to have my litter picking tongs with me at the moment. Hey, what I wouldn't give to have my litter picking tongs, apart from this monstrosity. It's way too big. It's horrible. I absolutely hate it. Oh dear. So yes, flying tonight. Gonna go and see basically the whole Los Angeles sort of what would you call it? It's more than Los Angeles. It's like the whole of, like, I don't know, the whole basin basically, going right out from the coast all the way out to San Bernardino. Gonna fly over it a bit and see it all of a night. That should be interesting. See if I can edit a few pictures into one of the videos. If I don't do it on these videos, I'll do it on some of the others when I get back to old Blighty. Just been on the phone actually to Umi from the Cranford Action Group, and she says she's had a response from Transport for London about cleaning the Hayes bypass. So she sent me the guy's email. So when I finish this litter pick, he'll be getting a Gerard email. Gerard emails are not the sort of thing you want to ignore. I don't mince my words, I just tell them. So I think I told you about what a argument I had with the Highways Agency when I was doing under the motorway at the M4, and they sort of said, you shouldn't be here, and I was like, yeah, well, listen mate, if you got off your fat arse I wouldn't need to be here, would I? So I'm going to call the police. He goes, I said, call them. I said, if you're lucky they'll come out in about 4 or 5 days, mate. Just do whatever you want. Not interested, go on off. You know what I mean? So yeah, anyway, all right guys, we're getting there. We've got sort of just shy of half a bag, so I'll catch you a little bit further down. I feel like I'm at the beach at the moment with all these rocks and all that sand down there, so it's quite low at the moment. California are having a rain problem. It's not been that long since they had the fires, which you'll probably remember if you cast your minds back, and all the rivers are quite low. I'm getting close to filling this bag though. It's starting to get heavy. I've got about 6 bags on me, and then I'm hoping to do one more litter pick in the US before I go home, down at the beach area. Hoping to. So I've kept a few bags aside for that. Look behind me, make sure I don't get killed to death. So these rocks have got a few little bits and bobs amongst them. As I say, I've just got to be careful because quite a drop, that is. Quite a drop. Oh, you're welcome, mate, you're welcome. I've noticed the people over here are a lot more grateful than what they are at home about doing it. They're not afraid to say thank you, let's put it that way. The only way I can describe it. They're not afraid to say thank you. Right, there's There's a thingy down there. We're gonna go and get this thing down here, guys, all right? Let's not fall over. That's gonna bug me otherwise, that one. The advantage of George, oh, there's a bit of crap underneath it. The advantage of George's 41-inch stick put to use there. 41 inches, I mean, Jesus, what a flipping... It weighs a ton. All the flipping weight is you need to lift it. Very heavy. It's not really practical at all. I think it's okay if you were, say, in your garden. You could use it like this with your other hand on it and just sort of... It's really more for home use, I think, this is, than walking around the streets grabbing bits of crap. So, yeah, it's just not practical at all, apart from that. Whew, bloody hell. I've walked a little bit. I must have walked 500 yards or so. Let's do my film review, guys, because it's time we had a film review. Earlier in a video for a change. So, just before I came over, I watched a film called, we'll put up the icon, little baby George, put up the icon. It's called Carry On. Carry On. Nothing to do with Sid James, Barbara Windsor or Hattie Jakes. Not that sort of carry on. Not carry on up the Khyber. So it's called Carry On. Do you know what? My mind has gone to mush. Who's in it? I think it's someone called... Oh, he was in them film. Oh, I forget his name. I'll put it up on the screen, guys, because I can't think of his name at the moment. But he's in this film. He plays basically sort of US border control guy. Basically, his girlfriend is kidnapped and he's been told to let something board a plane. I won't say too much more than that. I'll tell you what, guys, I'm going to do the film review after this. I'm going to get down onto these rocks, throw it back up here, and I'll continue with the film review. Right, I'm not going to do that too often. That was a bit hair-raising, to say the least, but I got it all out. So, let's just bag it up for the moment, guys. I'll tell you what, guys, let me just empty this bag and we'll start again with the film review. I've got another one up there if you want to pick it up. I was going to call the city, yeah, okay. But I only arrived from London on Sunday, and when I'm at home I just report it to them. But yeah, if you don't mind picking it up, I'd be grateful. Thank you. There is another one closer to the bridge. Okay. And if you sweep down in another day, I'll leave several down there, okay? All right. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks, mate. Thanks very much. There he goes, the guy from the city. Just said, you've been picking it up? I said, yeah. He said, oh, I'll take that. I said, oh, I have asked the city to collect it. He said, no, I'll pick it up. Not a problem. Thanks very much, he goes. I said, there'll be more if you go down later tomorrow. But he said, no, appreciate that. He goes, appreciate your efforts. Looks like there's a few camps down here. People living rough. Look at this, bitten off more than I can chew here. Oh dear. There's certainly someone's been there having a, don't know if they've been living there, but they've been doing something there, having a barbecue or something, and just left all their crap everywhere. Like on this tree, look. Bloody hell, that's tough. Let's get rid of them. Let's get shot of them. So where was we, guys? Oh yeah, film review. So just put my foot in there, squash that down a bit. Film review. So Carry On. So yeah, basically it's quite a sort of fast moving thriller, and this guy's basically held to ransom to do certain things for these criminals, and basically he tries to come up with ideas to thwart them, but they always seem to be one step ahead of him. Let's put it that way. There's a bag in there. Let's get that out. They always seem to be one step ahead of him, so it's not bad. I mean, it's predictable. It is a bit predictable, to say the least, but it's something to watch, I suppose. I've seen a lot worse and I've seen a lot better, so overall I'd score it generously 7 out of 10. As you say, I have seen worse, so if you get a chance to watch it, it's not, as I say, it's not the worst film you'll ever see. It's just not the best, but it is something to watch if you're stuck for ideas. Let's get down here a sec, guys. So just got to be careful because I can't see where I'm going half the time. I certainly don't want to be going tits up, not on these anyway. Even someone as hard as me would hurt themselves on this. But whilst I'm down here, I will just get these little bits as well. Plastic, it's the bane, isn't it, of all society, plastic. There you go, well done, Gerard. Come on, Gerard, come on! Come on! Right, alright guys, this is bag 3 then. I've got 3 more, not even halfway yet. Probably only a quarter of the way. This could be exciting. We'll see what we get. I'm just going to have to fill them up a bit more. I'll catch you down the road a little bit, guys. Right, guys, let's just pause a minute to take it in. So there is a bit of rubbish further down, but I mean, that's 70 feet down. I can't walk over all that just to get it, which is a shame. Tell you what would be a good idea, though, a boat coming along and just grabbing it. That would be a good idea, on a little boat. That'd be able to get all that litter by the water's edge a lot better. You don't want to be walking up and down these rocks. You'd be killed to death within a couple of days. You'd have more chance with Barry Schumacher than what you would with this. So I miss old Barry. I'm bound to see his American cousin now over the next couple of days. Seen a few out on the roads already. Barry's American cousin. So yeah, but this is different for me. They say a change is as good as a rest, don't they? A change is as good as a rest. I think this is called a busman's holiday, isn't it? Litter picking whilst away. The thing I've got is George goes to work at 5 o'clock in the morning at the airport he works at, and he doesn't get home until just before 2 o'clock. So he messages me because I've got no Wi-Fi outside of the house or wherever there's Wi-Fi. Otherwise it's going to cost an eye-watering amount just to use my phone, with no point. So he's been spoiled every day. He's had sausage and egg sarnies for lunch. He had a nice salad actually yesterday. I said, well, I'll make you something different. So I went down the shop and got some salad stuff. Made him a nice lunch when he finished work. He was like, oh, this is lovely, Dad, you can come more often. I was like, oh, thanks, son, thanks very much. So he's been enjoying his dad's company. And then, just look where I'm going. I'm just, what I'm doing, guys, is zigzagging. I do this side for about 150 yards and I do that side. So since we've left the shops, there's some sort of factory over here, some sort of processing plant. It's a lot tidier this side, but whilst the shop started for about the first 300 yards, it was quite messy. But this side has got a lot better. So yeah, so that's all I'm doing, guys. I'll just zigzag. See if this guy is something to do with the council, or the city as it's called over here. I'll stay on this side until I reach him. But it really has thinned out actually down here, which is good. Little bits here and there. I don't mind little bits. So I'm not, yeah, I was on the phone to Umi beforehand. She was saying that she'd reported the Hayes bypass to the council, and as I said, I'm going to email him, and we was chatting about a few other things. On one of the videos where I cleaned up by the bowling alley, you would have seen that video by now, probably a couple of months old by now, and to be honest, I think that video's released this week. It's now, what is it, mid-February. So I'm running a few months behind as far as time goes. But yeah, I cleaned up by the bowling alley, and she was saying what a mess it was down there again. And I just said, it's one of those spots, Umi, don't beat yourself up over it, love. I said, it's just one of them spots. So we're going to find out who the land by the bus stop belongs to. If you go back to that video, what did I call it? Yeah, if you go back to that video, I think it's just called OMG, oh my God, because it was just a real mess. So if you just go back and have a look at that video briefly, OMG, which is about video, or off the top of my head, about 60 something, 65. I think it's part of Fantastic February, I think. I've lost track, guys. But anyway, it's in there somewhere, OMG. And that's the bus stop where I'm talking about with Umi. Morning. That's the bus stop. Oh, I miss my running days. I really miss my running days. Oh dear. Be so nice just to come and blast along here from one bridge to the other. Mile reps, 6 1-mile reps, all in about 4 minutes 45. That'd be lovely, wouldn't it? If I could just have one day of that, it'd be so nice. Come blasting down here. Be like, right, let's do the next one. 2 minutes recovery. Yeah, anyway, let's not get distracted by nostalgia. So where was I? Oh yeah, that OMG video. So if you just watch it briefly, just to get a refresher on it, you'll see I chucked all the stuff out on the pavement to make a statement. But apparently it looks like shit again, apparently. That's what Umi was telling me on the phone earlier. I thought she, poor love, was going to have a breakdown. I thought she was going to have a meltdown over it. I said, Umi, it's not worth worrying about, love. You can just do what you can do. We're not full-time professionals. And I just said, you know, we all work jobs. We do it in our spare time. I mean, for me, it's just replacing my running. That's why I do so much litter picking, if truth be known. I've got a massive void to fill. You know, when you're a serious runner and you're training twice a day, let's say you go out in the morning and run a 6-mile run, even if you go quick, and you do it in sort of 35 minutes, it's just not just 35 minutes, is it? You've got a warm up and a stretch and all sorts of things involved. Then you get back and cool down and a shower. I mean, that's an hour and a half of your time in the mornings before work. And then you come home and you do another run. You do, let's say, a training session in the park of, say, I don't know, 21-minute runs with, say, a 30-second recovery. Then you got your warm up and your warm down, and again shower time and warm up time. It's just time consuming.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, guys, you're welcome. So it's just time consuming, guys. And this litter picking, now I don't run seriously. Well, I haven't run at all for a year and a bit. I'm hoping to start back though, not seriously though. Not seriously. Listen to me. Look at the eagerness in me. I'm hoping to start back soon. But just, I don't think I'm going to run any more than about 3 miles. I might do the odd park run just to get out and mingle with the crowd. But I think that'll be my limit nowadays. I'm just breaking down too much if I train too hard. So I'm just an old fart nowadays. But yes, so this is what litter picking has really done for me. It's just replaced all the time I spent running, and it's just sort of filled the void for me. Hence, this is why I do so much litter picking. I've just sort of put that attitude I had to athletics into litter picking. So it's just filled the void. Bag 3, guys. I'm 3/4 of the way down, well 2/3 of the way down anyway. So let's keep going, and hopefully little baby George will be down there in a little while waiting for me. So let's tie up this bag, guys. Let the city workers pick it up, and let's keep going. Keep swapping hands, guys. Bag's got heavy. I've picked up a load of shoes off camera, so they're quite heavy. There's loads of shoes down here for some reason. So another one here, look. Oh, careful, that rock slid a bit from underneath me. Oh shit, nearly went tits up on camera. Oh dear, the joys. So when I get back, I'm going to meet up with Chili. Oh, I've got to get that bag. That's just going to really cheese me off if I don't get that bag. I'm going to make this my mission to go right down by the water's edge. You want to come with me, guys? Want to come with me? Yes? Do I hear a yes? Oh yes, I hear a yes. Let's go and get it, guys. Let's be careful though. Let's go down there. It's like being at the beach. Right, we get that as well. Careful, careful, careful. It's all right, guys. I'm being careful for you. I don't want you falling over and injuring yourselves. Nearly there, guys. There's a little bit down here as well. I'll get that can while I'm at it. I'll throw that up there. Oh, what a shot! Flipping Luke Littler would be pleased with that. I couldn't have left this down here. I wouldn't have been able to go home knowing that was down here. I would have had to stay in the US of A. The US of A. It's a bit easier going up, believe it or not, than what it is going down. Look, there's another shoe, look. Let's bag it up, guys. Please, you came for the journey with me. I don't feel like I'm on my own. Whoa, what a result. Look at that. This is bag 4, by the way, guys. It's just a bit of crap here. I'll be able to dump this. I'll be happy with 4 bags. Isn't a bad litter pick considering. There's a guy from Lager Can, which is the Ealing litter pickers, and I went for a litter pick on the canal, and I've met up with him. He found some money while he was litter picking that day. Good luck to him. Name's Mark. A really nice guy. I think he's retired, and he said if you just pick up one bit of rubbish, you're part of the solution and not part of the problem. So I mean, I'm not expecting to come over here, do areas I've got absolutely no idea what they're like, and expect to get the same sort of areas I do at home. Oh, careful. But you know what? Mark's right. Be part of the solution and not part of the problem. Oh, there's one more down there. Here. It's about the one of the few occasions that George's mammoth stick has been of use to me. There you go, guys. That's the 4th bag done. I'm going to leave it over here, and hopefully I'll pick them up. That guy who picked it up from the city, or the council as we call it in the UK, I said to him there'll be more tomorrow if you're driving down. He said okay, I'll look out for them. I said you won't miss them, I'll put them in plain sight. So here we go, guys. That's bag 4. I'm puffed out going down on them rocks. Let's keep going. Right, guys, I've just come off camera and walked down again towards the water's edge. I just saw quite a bit of crap here. I saw this bucket, so I'm using it. Oh crap! I'm using it as a container at the moment. Oh shit! See, this is why I've got to be deadly careful, guys. They're all wet and full of moss, and I really just don't want to fall on this. I know you lot are going to tell me off later, ain't you? You're going to be like, you want to be more careful, you want to wear gloves, you want to do this. I like a bit of danger, guys. I don't think life's fun without a little bit of danger. So let's just be careful. There's a little red bucket up here, look. I'm going to get that and then go back up. This will be my last trip onto the rocks, because the bridge isn't too far away, only about 400 or 500 yards away. So let's just be careful. Right, that's that one. Well done, Gerard. Let's back in your fat arse. Oh, didn't see that. Right, now I've got to be careful. They're bound to be wet. Ah, there. Right, just get that red thing, whatever it is. Oh shit. Right, got it, guys. That's my mission. Let's get out of here. Warp 9, as they'd stay in Star Trek. Warp 9. Morning. Are you picking these bags up?
You want me to do that?
Well,
do that.
your colleagues picked up 2.
Okay.
And there's 2 more.
On that way?
The one's there, and you can see them both.
I'll get it. I'll get it.
And I'll probably have one more if you want to pick it up tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going to drive that way right now, and if I come back, I'll get that way.
If you come back, there'll probably be one more close to the bridge.
Thank you very much.
Because that's my exit.
All right.
You're welcome, mate. Thanks for picking them up for us. Appreciate it. Right, guys. So that's the guy from the city. He's picking up the other couple of bags. That's all my 4 bags so far picked up. I'm probably going to only have one more. I'm not going to go down to the rocks anymore. Oh, I'm puffing. It's bloody hard work climbing up them rocks. It's a workout. And I'm out of shape as well. Desperately out of shape. Oh, you poxy piece of crap. Get in there. So yes, guys, this is certainly a bit of an adventure, a bit of fun. I need to do some washing when I get back, but I'm having to sleep on the sofa. It's like living in the dark ages coming to visit George. I've never visited him before. He's always, whenever I've come over here, always stayed at family's house up in Covina. So I'm having to sleep on the sofa. He's got no washing machine. The whole complex he lives in hasn't got a washing machine. There's like a laundry room. Let's just see if I can get that. That's not too far down to fret over. I'm not going right down the bottom anymore though, guys. I've said that before on so many videos. I'm not going to do that anymore. And first thing I do is do it. What an absolute plonker, Gerard. What a plonker. So yeah, guys, I'm probably going to have to drive to my sister-in-law's house. And tomorrow, we're going over for the Super Bowl. Got a family thing over there, so it's the Super Bowl tomorrow. Makes it Saturday then, don't it? Wow, don't feel like a Saturday. Ah! You noisy, greedy thing. So yeah, so we're going to my sister-in-law's tomorrow. We're watching the Super Bowl. Oh, she'll look after us. She'll feed us and let us do some washing. That'll be nice. Who's playing in the Super Bowl? It's the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Philadelphia Eagles. I know Kansas have won it for the last 2 years, but I'm going to stick my neck out. I don't know much about it, but they're saying that the Philadelphia Eagles are the dingoes danglers at the moment. Pick that bit of glass up. So we'll see. I'll go for Philadelphia then. It'll just be something to watch. I do actually understand American football. I understand the principle of it, and I understand not all the rules, but I understand it enough to watch it. I mean, normally at home I wouldn't watch it. It'd be on late at night. It wouldn't even start until 11 o'clock. I did stay up years and years ago with my friend Buster, the ex-Olympic sprinter, He loves a bit of American football, and I stayed up till about 4 in the morning watching. I'll tell you where it was. It was the New England Patriots. They'd gone the whole season undefeated, and they played the New York Giants. And I think the New York Giants had got there via the playoffs. This was about 2008 maybe, somewhere around there. And it turned out to be it was like the 1979 FA Cup final. It all happened in the last few minutes. So New York were leading against the run of play, and then with just a couple of minutes to go, because unlike football, or soccer as some of you might know it as, the clock stops in American football, and they took the lead with very little time remaining. New York went up and a throw to the middle of the pitch, and then the next play they threw it from the middle of the pitch right to the flipping end zone and scored a dramatic late winner to win the Super Bowl. Very similar of the Man United Cup final against Arsenal in the 1970s, where Arsenal were 2-0 up and the Man United pegged them back to 2-2. And then I think Alan Sunderland scored for Arsenal. The ball come across and he stuck his leg out and knocked it in the net. I remember the old commentator Brian Moore, before he died, he's like, "Oh, wait a minute." So yeah, it was like that. If you're old enough to remember that cup final, this Super Bowl I'm talking about is a very similar thing, where it all happened right at the end of the game. So anyway, so I'm going to go over and watch that tomorrow, the Super Bowl. Can be a bit long-winded though, because for the final they have this massive half-time break as well. When you're watching it in the UK, that's the last thing you need with the time difference. It's like a half-hour interval or more, 40-minute interval, where you're just like, oh, I want to go to bed, I'm tired. So anyway, it is what it is. I ain't got that problem this year. Right guys, nearly there. Nearly there. If the camera picks it up, guys, you can see the bridge in the distance where I started. I'm right up to the other bridge now. I'm about 150 yards away. So I'm just going to finish off what I can. Just take the opportunity to say thank you for watching, everyone. Another video. And something different for me, something different for you as well, guys, I suppose, really. Ultimately, something different for us all. We've had a few skirmishes with the water's edge, which has been exciting. But overall, not bad. This is 5 bags. 5 bags, that's not a bad return. The gate where I'm going to meet George is just up here. And then you can see the sea, guys, the Pacific Ocean. Next stop, Japan. So, not bad at all, guys. Right guys, that's the last bag then. That's the 5th bag. I've walked the entire length. Just gonna meet little baby George up at that gate over there in a sec. So it just leaves me to say thanks very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed today's episode. So another one from sunny California. The sun's starting to break through and I'm sweating. So go and put these clothes in the wash that I don't have. So anyway guys, thanks very much for watching. I'm off for a nice cup of tea. I certainly deserve one. Deserve a couple, and I'm going to have a couple, so I'm going to go and enjoy myself as well. And it just leaves me to say, catch you on the next one.